Guys, welcome back to the channel. S here from s&a'sorgnitecreations. Now, today I've just been playing around, so I'm going to show you a few things. I recently, just now today, a few minutes ago, just got a message or a comment on one of the YouTube videos. It was to do with the LM4 and experimenting with that. They say that, because I was trying to show like the LM4 is a little bit hit or miss. If you are trying to clearly just measure scalar waves, the device is, when it's in the name, it says experimental, right? It's not 100%, it's not foolproof. Like this only detects scalar or a scalar field, tachyon, torsion fields or waves, orgone. There's something else. I think it partially does, but it partially doesn't. And it's hard to measure your orgonite if you don't know and you haven't played with it enough. Because metals, orgonite is generally loaded with metals, metals will actually reflect. And the device, the LM4, has a field. It projects its own field. Metals will repel that field back into itself, indicating a false reading. So that is something to watch out for. So don't think that if you buy the LM4, you're going to be able to test the full strength of your orgonite. It's much deeper than that. There's nothing available to the public that generally just measures scalar waves and is accurate. It's very hard to measure. Does it exist? A scalar field, longitudinal waves? Yeah, of course it does. The simple fact that I'm going to show you guys what I've been doing in a sec. Alright, just bear with me. Just the fact that energy cannot be created nor destroyed. It can be converted, changed into something else, transmuted into something else. That's also the idea behind Organite and how that works, because it can take chaotic EMFs, bad, harmful, man-made frequencies, and harmonize it. It's a harmonization. Alright, so it doesn't negate it, doesn't get rid of it. That's all BS. So people with their EMF meters and all that saying that, you know, completely negates it, that's wrong. You know, your Wi-Fi and all the rest of it, and the cell phone towers and all the rest of it passes through the walls. Alright, so yeah, a Faraday cage is the only way you're going to do that. So if it's blocking anything, it's because there's a big hunk of metal in the way. Alright. Anyway, so back to the message that I got off one of his videos. What I was doing was testing a Rodin coil PEMF charge plate. So it's a powered device, the very first of its kind. So after it was done, made, excited, did some testing, you can go ahead and see the video. Maybe I'll leave it up. This is hard. in the top screen, a little card, screen card. You can click that and you know the video that I'm talking about. If I'm going to do that, I'll do that right now. If not, and you don't see it pop up, and I didn't do it. All right. But yeah, the guy was saying, or could be a fella, could be a female, doesn't matter. When I was testing it on the LM4, it was because the cord I was plugging, the device was on. I'd take the cord out and then I'd plug the cord back in. That's what was giving it a max out reading. Now, I reckon that while testing scalar waves with this device, it doesn't quite work like that. So on my part, it's a little bit wrong. It's kind of a wrong and a right sort of thing. I did find something out. So watch that video if you want to see what I was talking about. Now in this video, I'm going to be changing it up and letting you know what I think is happening now and how the LM4 potentially could measure scalar waves, all right, or a scalar field, torsion, orgone, life-giving, consciousness, energy. All right, I'm going to flip you around and we're going to have a look. All right, so I've been playing around right here. Now this, I've got Ken Roller's pyramid here. It's not on at the moment, but here's the power. So if I flick that on, you'll see that blue light. All right, so that there, once that's on here, you can flick this on here. This is just a little night light. You can see this glows. It's very, very dull. Even at night time, you can't really, doesn't do too much. So I believe that should have been a brighter light. That's off. this is off. All right, so we just want that off for now. I'm going to be showing you a few things in a sec. So now I've got this device here. This is a custom order, so I'm just using this for demonstration. I've got another one very similar and another two purely Rodin coil designs that I'll be working on to get them up and running. But okay, so this is on, plugged in. You can see that. It's not actually on yet. It's just plugged in. There's power to this, but it's not on powering this device yet. It's actually off. All right, just quickly show you this bad boy here is finished up, as you can see here. All right, there'll be another upcoming video on that. I've been playing around with that. This is in working condition. This is massive, massive size, a lot bigger than this by weight, by Orgonite volume, I guess you'd say. There's a lot more Orgonite compared to Ken Roller's Orgonite, all right, in there. I mean, you can tell by the shape and all the rest of it, like this is a hefty lump for a pyramid. All right, if this was a square, you'd probably be more on par. Anyway, okay, now let's get a testing. All right, so I've got this thing here. Now you can see roughly this here is on. You can see it's testing my lifeforce, the experimental. It's not the end all be all. This is the speculation about this thing here that it doesn't do what it says, but I reckon it's wrong and right, depends how you use it for the different outcomes, and then further testing needs to be done. You can get a leaf that's green, put it on there, and it's going to indicate more life force than if you pick a dead leaf of that same tree, same size-ish. It's going to have nothing versus the live one. Now, people have said that that's because of the moisture. It could be it's just like a water detector or a moisture detector or something, but as you're going to see, this has nothing to do with water. This is a dry lump of plastic, basically. Same with this, same with this. Anyway, so you can see where it's on, say around 30 right now, right? I'm going to turn this on. There's the on button there. Watch what happens. Does it go up or does it go down? Does it give a positive or a negative? Ready? Negative. See that? So that's off and now on. See how it goes negative? All right. What we'll do, so you might be able to see it a bit better. There we go. I just changed the frequency over here. All right. So it's on, but it's ticking. Tick, 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 tick. I'll turn it off. Go back to around 30. Turn it on. Negative, 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 negative. Now, so that's off again. It's on 30. Let's turn Ken Roller's pyramid on. Now this is supposed to project a scalar field. All right. I believe it does. I really do. Ken Roller knows his stuff. His proprietary circuitry or coil or something in there. This is in the center there. That's a big selenite wand, if you will, or a big selenite stick. He's got different crystals around the top, and this is his version of Organite. He calls it ormacite or ormacide. All right, lots of little holes and bubbles and things in it, but that's, you expect that. Sometimes it's hard to avoid. All right, so watch what happens. I'm going to turn this on. You're going to hear the click of me turning it on. Negative. All right. Now watch. That's on, off. On, off. All right. It's because it was on 30, right? So that's off. So it goes back to 30-ish, right? I'm going to turn it back on in a sec. Ready, on. See how it goes negative? It goes back. All right. So I reckon with a powered device, if you want to know if it's producing a scalar field or Orgone or whatever, it's got to go negative. All right. As you can see here. So that's off. That's on. Now, what I reckon this device is doing, the pyramid here, I reckon you've got it set up so it's supposed to be the Schumann resonance, so that's what's that, 7.83 hertz, just give or take, say around 8 hertz. I think he's got 8 hertz coming on, so 8 hertz is off now. So I think 8 hertz comes on for a time frame and then completely off. And then 8 hertz will come on for a time frame and then completely off. That's what I think is going on. To replicate that, if we put it up to 8 hertz, so it'd be something like this. So on, off. You see what I'm doing? On, off. On, off. So whatever he's doing in his inside, I think that's what's going on. So it comes on for, so it's on, off. All right, so that's what I think is going on here. So the person that commented saying that it was just the cord, yeah, you're right. They said that he's already done the experiment or whatever. Sorry, I'm trying to just set this up. I'm gonna need that a bit closer. You'll see what I'm doing in a sec. I want this on top because in that video it was set up somewhat like this. All right, I'm gonna recalibrate this, so bear with me. I mean, I guess you can watch me do it. All right, I'll lower that a little bit more. All right, so this is off, by the way. So that's on around 60. If I hold the camera there, right, I'm going to turn it on in a second. So it's around 70. Sorry, my bad. I'll turn it on now. See that? Off, on, off. I'll put it on 1 hertz and then I'll turn it back on. See how it goes negative? So, yeah, and what I did was I unplugged this and then I said, oh look, because this was already left on, I said, yeah, it was like 0. So when you plug this back in, which I'm going to do, it was like maxed out or whatever. So it was just calibrated differently. You didn't see this ticking, or I don't know, I just had it set up differently and whatever, but that's what I did. So this was on and I'd plugged it in and it maxed out, and I was saying that it was like all the scalar or whatever. All right, so I reckon that if you're want to detect scalar with this, you need, I'm just changing the frequency. It's just on a random 1083 hertz. And then I'll turn this off, so there's nothing. So if I turn it on, then it should be scalar. And we know that magnets do not affect this. We've tried that. Magnets have no effect on this LM4, okay? Scalar is on, scalar is off. Scalar on, if that's indeed what this thing is doing. Because like I was saying, we know Ken Rollers produces scalar. It goes into the negative. We've got one of these. When we turn it on, like now, it goes into the negative. Turn it off and it goes back up to where it was, okay? All right, so that's how that's working. Again, turn Ken's on. Oh, it's not calibrated right again because we had it set up differently. Sensitive stuff, and it depends on what settings you got it on. Like the range. I should be able to get it now. I'm trying to be quick, guys. It's a bit finicky. All right. So that's off. Turn it on. Negative. And then it'll turn itself off automatically. Off. Then I'll go back on. So that's the scalar right there. All right. So guys, interesting, hey? Yeah, so this is what I'm playing with, and always trying to discover more. Sorry about the view as I'm doing other stuff. Yes, this is what I'm trying to do. Always trying to discover different stuff or understanding different stuff, trying different stuff, messing around with different technologies. I'd like to do more, but time is limited. And yeah, stay tuned for another video on this. All right, so this is a Mobius coil, toroidal coil, if you will, but it's a Mobius coil, and that is to produce scalar as well. This thing here, let's just dial the frequencies down. Well, it doesn't really matter, but I like to have it on frequencies that I know are good and work. The octave above the heart chakra, which is 512 for the heart chakra. So this is essentially, if you double that, so that's 1024. So this is mainly, you can see it was, if this is accurate with this here, scalar, how it goes into the negative, this was doing it. So this is partly, it's like a scalar PEMF, okay? If we, is that our magnetic? Yeah. All right. So we know, if I get close to this, if it was on, well, if I just do that, can you see that? And I'll turn it on because it's actually off. Ready? See that? Off. So this is a magnetic field, okay? All right, this is given off. So me sitting here, because this is like up against my chest sort of thing, me sitting here, I'm picking up the magnetic field, all right? But we know the magnetic field, sorry this video is all over the place, I seem to do this a lot, but I think you get the gist if you're watching this. The magnetic field doesn't affect this from what I've seen, from what I've done so far with this. Magnetic field so it won't pick up this PEMF, but it goes into the negative, like the scalar, that we know this doesn't do anything magnetic. This is not PEMF, this is purely just a scalar. All right, so these, it's like it's doing both. It's like PEMF and scalar. All right, so can you have both? Well, I don't know, maybe. That's, kind of what this is showing. You can see the magnetic field though, right? I don't want to show you everything in here, it's a bit messy in here, but you know what I mean? Further we go away, it's still picking it up. All right. Now, if I turn this off, if I put this up against, let's just do it this way, you might be able to see it better. Up against this pyramid, I'll turn this on. Okay, it's off right now. I'll turn it on. You won't see much change at all or nothing. I'll turn it off. Nothing. Turn it on. All right, so we know this is not producing a magnetic field. It's just not, but it does something with this, and it goes into the negative. So that might be where the scalar comes into it. This does the same as well as a magnetic field. So when you put in frequencies, are you getting benefits from the magnetic and scalar? Are these truly really beneficial for you? You know what I mean? So this is what I'm figuring out right now. It's the same with this one here. The magnetic field is nutter or more minute. All right. The difference is with this here, because it'll come with a box like this as well. You can adjust the frequencies. The higher the frequency, like this one here, for instance, it gives it increased range. It gives it increased, I guess, magnetic field, but it's very low. It's nothing like this. This is high. At a low frequency, like 1 to 3 hertz, good for sleep, it'll give a 20 to 25-ish Gauss measurement. But once you head up to sort of this area here, you might get about 10 Gauss. All right, not milligauss, actual Gauss. Milligauss is what this is measuring. All right, so it's a far less measurement. You've got to be careful when you're looking at pemf devices or whatever, whether it's Teslas or micro Teslas or U Teslas, or there's a few different things. There's Gauss, there's milligauss, there's a few other measurements as well. You got to know what the hell they're talking about, because you're talking about milligauss, and it's a few thousand milligauss. Well, it's only a couple of Gauss. You know what I mean? So you got to be careful. Anyway, I think that wraps this video up. stay tuned for a video of this. Like I was saying, this is a cool pyramid from Ken Rohla. Feel free to check it out. I recommend. If you don't want any of our stuff, that is absolutely fine. You do you, and whatever's better for you. All right. These here are really good because you can make them fully portable, because this is USB. You can plug it into a power bank, a phone charger, and then you're good to go. Yeah. Portable, or you can plug it into the wall. It comes with a wall socket to power it at the wall as well. So yeah, you can do that. That is it, guys. Hope you enjoyed this little demonstration. Hope you, I guess, learned something. I'm trying to be as honest as I can. It is experimental. I believe I've said before, it's difficult to use. It's not the end-all be-all to test your Orgonite, for instance, or only lifeforce energy or whatever. But I guess you have to watch all the videos to know everything that I say about the device. All right, if you cherry pick, I guess, or just watch one video and go, hey, that's wrong, I might have said something different in another video. All right, so there's just that. Stay tuned for more videos. As always, thanks for watching.